I'm really proud of this, and I'm proud of you, too.
Okay, so I can have the EQ optimized for what you want to do. I just need to know, are you going to be singing?
I'm not going to be fucking singing, Stevie, all right?
Okay, is there anything special you want me to name the file?
Yeah, name the file, press record now before I smash your fucking face in.
Okay, and we're rolling.
Welcome to Simple Man Radio, presented by Simple Man Radio. Bobby, Justin, Danny, Snacks. It's a very special day. Well, a sad day, a day of remembrance. Danny King, happy birthday.
Thank you guys so much. Honestly, this is the best way to start the birthday. I got Duncan over here, and then we're filming Simple Man Radio. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than this, if I'm being honest.
And you got to record Talking Giants later today, so you got a very exciting birthday.
That's a more stressful one because I got to win.
That's right. You do have to win.
I am like actually stressed about the fantasy draft.
I am. I'm 20, Snacks. Somehow I'm 20. I made it 20 years on this earth. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's all right. I've made it 28. I don't know how.
You're 20, Danny?
Yes, 20.
All right, good for you. One more year.
One more year, and then
you can't even smoke cigarettes legally anymore. I saw that. I said the other day, probably a few months ago. You can't even buy cigarettes if you're not 21 anymore.
They changed that from 18?
At least in Florida, they did.
No, definitely in New York they did that too.
Yeah, New York
has like the strictest laws.
Yeah. So everything opens up next year, but so now I just got to go through this weird wait-in period.
I started bleeding blue when I was 19, 20. So look at you. You're already far ahead from where I am.
We hid Danny's age when we first started the Giants Nation podcast. I was like, don't let people know how young you are.
You found out if it was a high schooler talking about football, you're like, yeah, back in my day, I played football for the 70 Bears, and we were great at what we did.
Justin still gets that.
I don't care. I now am at a point where I'm like, I know that I'm good at what I do, so I will tell you my age, and I am smarter than you.
Next year on Simple Man Radio, January 6th, Danny, you have to smoke a cigarette live on air.
I'll do all the stuff I can't do now. I'll have a beer. I'll gamble live on air because technically I'll be 21 and DraftKings will be open here, so we'll do all that.
A picture of Danny King smoking a cigarette would probably like make my life worth it. Me and Justin did a great reenactment of the Trailer Park Boys sticker we have, but it's like I just don't want a picture of me with a cigarette in my mouth out in the world.
Oh, I thought you published that. Snacks, we're gonna record Simple Man Radio. We outside. We're gonna record it outside one day, and we're gonna smoke. We're gonna have a cigar.
Okay.
Headset microphones.
Maybe in Alabama.
Oh wait,
it's an idea.
Oh,
I got a humidor.
We can do it by the pool at the hotel.
There's a pool. How warm is it in Alabama?
I was just gonna ask how warm.
It's gonna be really cold, but we can still record it by the pool.
Let's see, weather in Alabama today.
Wait, the only reason I was potentially thinking about going is because it was going to be warm. Isn't it warm in the South in the winter?
Well, yeah, comparatively to you guys. Like, you'll be able to sit outside.
Define cold?
No, I'm telling Bobby, define what's cold in Alabama.
There was one day where in the mornings, I think it was in like the 40s. It was pretty cold.
Oh, fuck me.
But then it goes up to the 60s.
Here, let me look at
it.
We can talk about that now since, God, I still have my college's city on my weather app, negative 11 degrees. My gosh. Right now in Mobile, Alabama, it's 61 degrees.
Oh,
I can do that.
I
can do that. That's a heat wave.
That's not bad.
I almost hope it's cold, though, because that would be even funnier.
No. Bob, you came to New York, New Jersey last month, or whenever it was, and you were dying, and it was like 45 degrees.
I embrace it, though. I can deal with it.
Yeah, Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Grizzly Adams had a beard.
It got 51 day in Florida, and I almost lost my mind. I was like, nah, I'm cold now.
We can talk about it since we brought it up. Snacks, are you coming to Alabama with us next month?
I'm going to sleep on it.
Come on, man. You got to go.
When is it? End of the month?
We're going to be there January 30th through February 4th. But February 1st through 3rd are the days you kind of need to be there for sure.
What days? February 1st to the 3rd?
Yeah, those are the days.
Either the 30th or the 31st.
Yeah, come the 31st and leave the 4th.
You said you were going to do it the day that you initially texted me. So now you will be an absolute fraud if you don't go.
Damn.
I sent you the flight. I sent you the hotel. You applied for the credentials. You will be a fraud if you do not go.
You applied for it. You can look at the future.
I don't understand where the hesitation's coming from. That's my thing. It's like now that there's a question whether Snacks is going, I thought Snacks is going.
That's 4 days without pizza.
Okay.
We'll find something.
He did bring up
in Alabama.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm on this diet.
Barbecue down there.
I'm on this diet. It's called Optavia. And I'm going to go strong until we go to Alabama. And then I'm going to take a couple days off. And then I'll go back on. And that's why I've been drinking. You've been seeing, like, on Talking Giants, I've been drinking this huge jug. And I've been drinking more.
Have a Dunkin' down there.
I've been drinking more than this.
Stay with for more than a month, or is it like a very like?
No, it's a diet. I mean, some people do stay on it for long. I mean, they told me that it's so what it is. It's 5 of these little fuelings. And now there's snacks, there's shakes, there's some bars that I'm allergic to, so I can't have the bars. There's like mini mac and cheese with pesto. There's mashed potatoes. There's some biscuits. So it's 5 fuelings and then 1 meal per day. But the meal isn't a big meal. It's just a meal. And they said the first couple days are the hardest, and I'm doing well. I'm doing all right.
Good for you, buddy.
And I'm already down. I told everybody I'm already down 7 pounds before the show. So, I want to do it
before we get there.
I think I can do more.
First month you could drop a lot.
I want to stick with it and then take a couple days off and then go back on. That's so Senior Bowl is when I'm gonna take a break.
I like it. Yeah. So we all need to. Well, me and Justin, you guys are both like skinny weirdos.
Yeah. No.
Lose 20 pounds and then we can eat some barbecue in Alabama. They have this. So last year it was like I'm not gonna go sit at I ate some nice food, but I was like I'm not gonna go sit at like a barbecue place by myself. There's this like fast food place called Cookout, and it's surprisingly like really good. Like it's not fast food, but it's through a drive-through though. But it's like the line is wrapped around the building like every hour of the day, or at least the hour I went there.
We gotta ask.
It was on the way to the practice.
We gotta ask Dan Schneider, Nick Filato, because they've gone down there, and I think at least Nick Filato knows some good spots. So we gotta hit them up and see what some good spots to go to.
I think I'm gonna go.
You need to go. We know more people down there this year. It'll be more fun because it'll be all of us. LPG might be going. He was talking to me about flights and stuff. And in fact, Danny King, like you need to like drop out of college and just go.
It's so unfortunate at the time. And if it was literally like any other day in January besides the end, then it would be perfect. But
Danny, think about it. Justin went to college. He did like a criminal justice major, and now he is on YouTube and talks sports.
Justin literally wasted 4 years of his life.
I mean, no, it did come.
Really true.
It came in handy with Baker, DeAndre Baker. Justin was our legal.
It did. It 100% did.
And this offseason, it'll come in handy with Kadarius Toney. So,
I mean, hey, it's completely possible.
Don't put that out there, man. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready.
You know it's coming.
It's possible between now and January 29th that my school just goes virtual, and then I just say screw it. I'm not wasting my time with that again. And so then I could be in Mobile. So we'll find out about like January.
So you'll be rooting for a big COVID outburst.
Yeah, exactly. The Bills do January 11th.
You'll go virtual.
Yeah. The Bills do January 11th. That's when they'll say like, "Hey guys, by the way, you're virtual again. So go screw yourself."
That's funny.
All right. So Snacks, you have to go to like this isn't like a what do you think? Like you actually have to.
No, I know. It also helps me if I have goals in life, and one of them is to visit all 50 states. So I don't think I would ever go to Alabama if I don't go now. So.
It's a decent city.
I'm sure it is.
We're gonna go to Talladega one day, Snacks. We'll do that too.
Yeah. All right. I'll only go. I would love to go to Talladega. Well, I'll only go if you guys promise that one night we can watch My Cousin Vinny.
You know what? That was actually a Simple Man Radio segment that I wanted to implement this week. A Simple Man Radio segment I wanted to implement this week, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So, I was actually thinking, I want all of us to watch a movie together and then come together and then talk about it the next week.
There we go.
And I was actually thinking about My Cousin Vinny being that first movie that we all watch this week, and then we come together and then we talk about it next week.
All right, I'm down. I mean,
or do we want to save it for Alabama?
My
Let's
well,
save it for
my
Alabama.
cousin Vinny takes place in Alabama. That's why it's like really funny.
Okay. All right. So what's
all
what's
I know
the?
is all I know is
Yeah,
Aunt May's in the movie. Aunt May's in My Cousin Vinny from Spider-Man, and I am completely sold on the movie.
What do you mean? Isn't that movie old and she's young?
Aunt May?
According to this thing, she's in it. I just looked it up. It says
The new Aunt May or the old Aunt May?
No, the new Aunt May.
Oh yeah, she's a fox. She's young.
I know. That's why I want to watch the movie.
I don't. Wait. Hold on. Who's the new Aunt May? What's the actress's name? I haven't seen Spider-Man since that loser Tobey Maguire.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah,
Tomei?
Tomei.
Marissa Tomei's Aunt May?
Yeah.
She is beautiful.
All right, so Snacks,
She's
what
good
is
in
a
that
movie? What is a movie that I haven't seen that I need to watch, and then we could talk about it next week?
Goodfellas.
All right, Goodfellas it is.
Boom.
Well, I'll watch
Everybody
Goodfellas.
watch Goodfellas. Danny, did you see Goodfellas?
I haven't.
Okay, we have to watch it. Bobby, did you see Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna go.
He
then
doesn't live
Danny and
under
I
a
have
rock.
homework.
Yes,
We're
you do. I'll watch it. too.
uncultured.
How have you not just watched it when it's been on like TNT or TBS one day?
It's always-
I don't
it's always
watch
on.
movies, and we're going to talk about this. Is a good transition. We're going to talk about Betty White. The thing that I know most, like the thing that I recognize Betty White the most from, is The Proposal. Isn't that fucked up?
That's ridiculous. Like, have you even heard of like the Golden Girls?
That's
I've
what I
heard of
wanted
it.
to talk about. Is because Betty White died at 99. Didn't make it to 100. And I don't know why people my age like Betty White. She hasn't done. She's done like she's never hasn't had any starring roles. Like I remember her in My Name Is Earl, which was a great show. It's like The Proposal, but I kind of like hated that movie. Obviously I know what the Golden Girls is, and my grandma watched it. Like so, I understand why she's big. But for people my age, I feel like the only reason we talk about her is that literally at the end of the year, which is funny that she died on December 31st.
That's cruel.
Was like we got to get out of this year with Betty White alive. Like that's like I don't remember. There's no memorable thing in my life. The actual most memorable thing is, I guess she said on Golden Girls, like she talked about St. Olaf College a lot, and that's where I went to college. And she said she smoked pot at St. Olaf College.
Yeah, I used to watch the Golden Girls all the time with my mother as a kid, so that's why I know. And Wes brings up a great point why she's a name basically and mythical figure. Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at it. The only movie I recognize Betty White from that I watched in my time was probably the Lorax.
She's in the. Actually, I didn't watch that movie, so I don't know it. What I did think was funny, and this is, I thought about making a segment of tweets I deleted, but it's like it won't be consistent. But one I did tweet was maybe 20 minutes after it happened. I was at Publix, and I looked to the side of me, and the cashier probably was mad at me because I pulled up my phone, was taking pictures. I saw this. Betty White turns 100.
Oh yeah, People Magazine really mushed her.
They
I was
screwed
the
it.
first person on it, but I deleted it because people were like, "Dude," you know. And and Paul, I didn't just tweet out the picture; I tweeted it out with this.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, I mean that was a great tweet.
I mean,
was
Betty
a
White
great
was
tweet.
99, and she's about to turn 100, but she didn't. Like, I don't know. I'm a big unless you were like one of my favorite people to watch, like I just don't care about celebrity deaths. Like I just
But I mean,
it's sad, but
so
you
now
know,
we gotta
it
find a new
didn't
person on
impact
social
me in
media.
any way.
We gotta find a new person on social media now. Like whenever whenever Betty White trended, you thought she was dead. So now we gotta find a new person. When they trend, you gotta think like, oh god, are they dead now? So
It was
that's the
Betty
new,
White and John Madden that both like.
Yeah.
There was an
Yeah.
article. There was an article dating back to 2014 where John Madden died on his chair with holding his microphone in his hand, and my mother was reading it like after he actually died and was like, "Is this true?" I'm like, "No, it's not."
No. It's so weird too because I came out and I told my dad and Aunt Betty White died, and he goes, "Well, somebody's gonna die tomorrow." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, death comes in threes." And sure enough, Dan
That's true.
Reeves passed the next day. It's terrible.
Keith.
I was like, "That's your first reaction?" Well, it's true.
People are mad as we don't talk about the Johns, but that's Soulman Radio. So yeah, who out of the four of us do you think will live the longest? You think that you drink the most not even by far. Like it's Justin doesn't drink at all. The last time I drank was in New Jersey. Danny, you know, he's in college, but I don't see Danny as like an alcoholic in his future. You are the like you drink significantly more than all of us.
Correct.
It makes the least amount of sense that Snacks will live the longest. Hence, why he will live the longest.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. And my drink of choice is wine, and wine is healthy. It's good for you.
True.
So
damn.
Lupino.
Yeah, I do think it will be Snacks.
And plus, I had cancer once, and it's not good. They're not going to give it to me.
Oh no, then definitely you won't be. That doesn't.
I had it once. I already got it out of my system.
That's true. I'm very ignorant, so we should put up a poll.
Snacks, you're like that side talk video. We had De Blasio, we had Cuomo, we're behind the Knicks. I had cancer. I had the Giants. I have the Knicks, but I still beat that shit.
Honestly, if the Knicks win a championship, I might just kill myself.
That is true. That is true. I think the city just might implode and explode.
Be living the longest.
I would definitely be. I'd be in the middle of Manhattan burning. I'd be a sacrificial limb.
Kyrie's back, Bobby.
Who?
Kyrie.
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 I think it's the most insane thing. Like the back page of the New York Post is like, "See you next week."
Oh, that's hilarious! It's so good. It's so good.
Stupid.
By the end of the year, he'll be playing home games.
I think so too, but right now it's just so dumb.
I know it doesn't make any sense. I did see something that like you can pay a fine like $5,000 for each game. And it's like, well, do that. Like that's the easiest decision ever.
I saw something like that too, but apparently it was false. I don't know. I gotta look more into that. But if that's the case, even if it was like $25,000, it should still be done.
You're an organization.
Mr. Brownstone says Danny's going to die first if he doesn't.
That is true. You don't know what's down. It's crazy world down there.
Buddy's right. I have no issues with anger.
There was a hilarious Roman ad the other day.
I feel like we haven't had a Roman ad in a while.
No, they're like Roman put out their own ad, but yeah, we haven't had one in a while. Should I see if I can find it?
Their original ad campaign was the worst when it was like the dad and the son talking about ED together. It was like, well, why is this conversation happening on my TV right now?
Yeah, that's like not even true. Like no kid goes to their father about their pecker not working.
Exactly. And if they do, they don't start off
like, Dad, I've been trying to get in it with my girl and it's just not working.
What should I do? Let's start.
Maybe he caught him like stealing like pills or something.
Oh, Ross, I'm taking $500K, Ross. Sorry, that was a really good question.
Or take a coin flip for $500. Oh yeah, $500K.
I'm taking
the coin flip because I make over that $500,000 a year.
Forgot.
True.
Well, Bobby, how is Jomboy Media gonna be able to afford you, Chris Rose, Ken Rosenthal, Mike Francesa? Can we figure that out?
Okay, I was wanting to talk about Ken Rosenthal, but let's talk about Joe Gatto first, and then I want to talk about Ken Rose because Joe Gatto, I think it's going to lead into it because I want to talk about hirings.
Who is Joe Gatto?
He's from Impractical Jokers. Joe.
What?
Do you even know what Impractical Jokers is?
Yeah, it's that show on
Have you like watched it like 3 episodes in a row before?
He died?
No, he didn't die. He's
He quit the show. He's gonna.
Oh, I thought he died.
It's like getting a divorce and some shit.
Yeah, he's going to stay-at-home dad now.
Because you put "Rest in Peace, Joe Gatto," and I'm like, he died.
Yeah, his career's over.
Maybe we'll talk about it. They've been doing that show for over 10 years now. What do you think? Like, people either like it seems like people either love or hate Impractical Jokers, but I kind of like it. But I also I get how people think it's super corny.
Yeah. For me, I used to like it a lot years ago, but then it kind of wore thin on me. But I like that kind of stupid, friendly humor and shit like that. But I don't know. I kind of grew out of it.
Yeah, it's a good show to just like put on, you know.
Yeah, like in the background or something.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, if you're just like hanging around, you know, with your buddies on like a Saturday and it's on at 2:00 and you're going out later type of thing. I thought it was pretty funny. There's, you know, some skits were horrible. Some flop real bad. But honestly, sometimes the one that flop real bad are the funniest. Yeah.
I
yeah.
say it reached a point because people started to recognize who they were. And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just not as like funny
Yeah.
when they would do the.
So you want to
prime.
know what they started doing? I don't know if these episodes aired yet, but they started filming actually at Middlesex County College in New Jersey. And this was like during the pandemic, during Corona. So what they did is instead of going out in public, they vetted people like, do you know, have you ever heard of this show? Okay, great. And then they would bring in people, and then I forget, like, I guess it's like just like customer service questions or almost like survey like shows that they started doing. So like not being out in public, but just having like, hey, come in here and like review this product. And I guess they just fucked with the people. So that's what they started to do.
Well, Jackass had to start doing stuff in like Japan because they were recognizable, and because of like some of the laws in the U.S. Like there's just stuff they could get away with in Japan that they couldn't in the U.S. Which I'm really excited for Jackass Forever to come out.
Unbelievable.
It'll be the next movie I go to. Will be that movie.
They're like still alive and doing this.
Some
Jackass 2 is to this day one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
The first one is definitely my. I mean, the rent-a-car derby, and it's the first like scene, but that's just so funny. He's like, yeah, sometimes he's like, yeah, I hit a dog. It's like spray painting the car and everything.
I can't get over in the second one when they do the terrorists going to the airport.
That's the best skit ever. Is that?
Oh my god!
I still have not seen Jackass. I should probably watch that.
You should. You really. You'll.
Which is the Jackass I should watch, or should I? Or do
You
I
should
watch
watch 1 and 2. 3 was kind of lame.
Yeah.
3 was like too many like dick poop stuff.
Yeah, it got very tiring.
Okay, so if I was in like middle school, elementary school, I would enjoy it. Okay.
Right, yeah. And just like the episodes that were on MTV themselves were hysterical.
Yeah, I mean they were a cultural phenomenon. Like they started that type of stuff.
I mean, we were a bunch of my friends. We used to try and do stupid Jackass shit on the camera recorders, like idiots.
Yeah, we literally tried to do it at school too.
Yeah.
One of our friends got a camcorder. It's like, let's knock this locker over and slide this kid down it. And
actually, I'm gonna see if my friend still has
them and Sacha Baron Cohen with Ollie G and Borat like kind of shaped like that type of comedy, and it's been so that type of stuff like candid camera was super corny, but like candid camera style stuff got so old and like anytime it's like something like that now. I know we talk about Impractical Jokers, it usually sucks, and especially like the movies. Was the movie, I can't remember the name of it, but Eric Andre put it out. It's on Netflix like less than a year ago, and he actually like did a pretty good job of keeping a storyline, but also keeping it really funny and getting real reactions out of people. Where like Borat 2 sucked,
Oh, please.
Which Borat the first one is one of it's just it's unreal the stuff he was able to pull off for that.
Danny, did you see Borat?
I actually haven't. I saw the second one. And
oh, you actually haven't? I'm surprised.
I haven't seen Jackass. Haven't seen Borat.
I only watched Borat 2 because it was on one of the streaming services.
You watched Borat 2
Amazon.
and didn't watch Borat?
Yeah, that was on me. I fumbled on that one.
You dopey ass.
Well, no, it gets worse. What I'm going to say next is probably going to piss off Snacks to a million. What was that new Sopranos movie? The Many Saints of Newark. I watched that, and I still have not watched a single episode of The Sopranos.
Okay,
so.
see, to be honest, now that actually doesn't piss me off because technically it's a prequel.
It's prequel.
So,
but it didn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's the point. Yeah. It wouldn't make any sense to you. That's why when Justin goes like, "What should I do first?" I said, "Watch the show first, then watch the movie." But it's not completely the worst thing in the world. So you must have thought that was the worst movie ever made if you had no idea.
Yeah, because I was like, this makes no sense. There's no structured story to this. What's happening?
Right.
So that's my whole mindset. I was like, okay. I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
Pretty exciting that I heard that they're gonna do another one of those. So that's cool.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think this one's gonna involve young Tony even more. So that's good.
Yeah, they didn't involve him enough in the first one.
Yeah, that was a big complaint, but the movie was, build about the story of Dickie Moltisanti. So anyway, getting off topic.
Ken Rosenthal fired by MLB.
Ridiculous.
I guess he took shots at Rob Manfred last year.
Yeah,
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah, go ahead. So I have a point on that.
Rob Manfred is definitely an asshole. But what do you expect when you work for the MLB? Like, what do you expect? It's like if Dan Salomon, like, you know, he covers the New York Giants for the Giants, was just like John Mayer is a disgrace. Like, he's like, if you want total free reign, don't go work for MLB.com, Ken Rosenthal. Like, that's kind of like, and Manfred's known to do stuff like that, even if, you know, like guys at ESPN for saying stuff about him. But I honestly just don't have that much sympathy for Ken Rosenthal. It's like, well, you knew what you signed up for, my man.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I mean, Rob Manfred has no spine because while this was all happening, I was reading a tweet. David Aldridge covers the NBA. He said, "I worked for Turner Sports, which operated NBA TV and NBA.com in partnership with the league for 14 years. You know what David Stern did when I wrote or said something he didn't like? He called me up and cursed me out, but he didn't go to my bosses and try to fire me." Like, come on.
Turner Sports is like partnered the same way ESPN is partnered with MLB, and Rob Manfred did that with like somebody on ESPN radio back in the day, like took some shots at Rob Manfred, and Rob Manfred like went out. So like, don't get me wrong, Rob Manfred is definitely an asshole. He's the bad guy here, but it's a difference between being the NBA.com writer and being, you know, the ESPN writer for the NBA, and it's NBA.
Yeah, no, I for sure I get it. But why didn't he like do this last year either?
I don't know. He did do it at a horrible time, though.
Year. It's in a lot. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Maybe he
And
didn't.
the other thing,
he can't fire someone in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Manfred doesn't care. He chose the most fan favorite writer to fire and to pick a fight against, which is mistake number one. You could have chosen anyone else.
But also,
on
here's my thing.
That's true.
Here's my thing. Ken Rosenthal still does stuff for ESPN. That's where I've seen him.
Fox.
Or Fox, Fox, whatever. You know, I watch baseball games and Ken Rosenthal's there with the bow tie. And The Athletic is where he broke the big story for the Astros. What impact of him being on MLB Network? Who watches MLB Network besides like real baseball fans?
Mad Dog is better than him.
You watch MLB Network, Snacks?
I watch it for Mad Dog, and I watch who's the other guy at 10 a.m. during baseball season. He's awesome. I can't think of his name. It's gonna really bother me.
But you know my point. Like, Ken Rosenthal being on MLB Network really doesn't enhance who Ken Rosenthal is, at least to me.
No,
I don't know him as MLB Network,
and he's gonna have a platform no matter what, and especially now. But to Danny's point too, I don't think anybody hates Ken Rosenthal. So.
What does Ken Rosenthal do? Like, he's just a newsbreaker? Like, is he like in Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
See, those guys to me just bore me. Like, Adam Schefter, I have no interest in Adam Schefter. Like, if Adam Schefter got fired by ESPN, they just have someone else come and replace him, and I would still find out the news.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got no use for people like that. Like, Mike Garafolo, like, he has a personality and gives opinions on stuff. But like Schefter and Rappaport, and especially Woj, it's like if Woj went away, like when Woj did get suspended, it's like, okay, Shams will just tell us the news now. Like, it doesn't have any impact on my life. Like, those guys don't entertain me at all. Like Adam Schefter's thought of being like cool and edgy is tweeting out that D Virgin got cut, which I hate, by the way. That guy doesn't deserve that. Every single time, all those tweet out like, because he gets cut a ton. He's like a practice squad, like, you know, guy, and like, oh, they cut D Virgin. This team claimed D Virgin, and it's like, leave this guy alone. And one, it's just not even that funny. Like, it's made the first time it was funny. After that, it's like, all right, you're just doing this for likes and retweets. It's like,
what was the context of
ACL?
What was the context of assault? The screenshot of the tweet assault
when Myles Garrett hit Mason Rudolph. Yeah,
absolute classic moment.
Yeah. And then Schefter goes on a podcast, you know, and we talk about this on Talking Giants. You know, Schefter will go on a podcast and he'll work back one of the biggest news story that he broke for the Giants, at least. He'll work that back in the last 6-7 minutes of the show and say, oh yeah, but there's a chance that Judge and Jones aren't here next year.
Yeah. On TV goes, they're coming back. John Maras, you know, made it known they're coming back, and then it's like,
what's that graphic?
You know, they're leaning towards that.
Nope, like you, bro, you're here to Like your whole purpose is to tell me what is fact and then what is fiction, right?
Right.
Or even
right.
just tell me what is fact. And if you're gonna, the second that you get the opportunity to be like that personality or work things back and provide more information, no, that's not what you do. Is it gonna happen? Is it not? And if you're not sure, don't put it out. Like that's not what you do.
What was the article that you were talking about written by in the Athletic?
It was the Astros cheating scandal. So it was Jomboy then took what Ken Rosenthal wrote, and then he made the breakdown videos of the banging of the garbage cans. So
Okay.
Rosenthal was the first one to be on it. And that's why when people say that Jomboy broke it, no, he didn't break it. It was Rosenthal that really put out the story, and then Jomboy just expanded upon it, and he put like video to it.
He did it for our little brains who don't have the time to read that long of an article, Jomboy. So
Yeah.
he put it in video form, and it worked.
You know that meme or the video or I don't know, it's so not reading this whole thing, sorry for you or happy for you or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's exactly the energy there.
I seriously don't think the Astro scandal is as big if maybe it was if Jomboy doesn't do that video because I wasn't
No,
going
it's
to pay
not.
attention to it if they didn't
It's
do that
not.
video.
I wouldn't have cared.
Like I just kind of saw like, oh, stealing signs, cool. And then you hear it happen, you're like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But a newsbreaker's life has to be miserable, right? Like I don't envy that. Like you couldn't pay me enough money to be one of those guys.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, my favorite is
No.
seeing like Schefter and Rappaport tweet out at like 4 a.m. They got me up that early to break injury news
Yeah,
for
that
Sunday's
sucks.
game.
No one cares about. And again, if those guys left tomorrow, no one really misses them. You just have someone else fill that role. Someone else just tells you, the news. Like there's no opinion involved in it, and when you do give an opinion, I don't really care about that either.
Yeah, it's I do enjoy Shams and Woj because those two are always literally neck and neck. You'll see Shams tweet 32 seconds ago, and then it's Woj like 44 seconds ago. It's boom, boom, boom. That's exhilarating. Everything else, I don't give a shit.
It's just a boring life to me.
It's just a boring life.
Boring, miserable life.
Sounds
Like-
like the life of a game show host.
Like
They
tell me
don't
something
give
about Ken Rosenthal.
They don't give their opinions. They just go about their whole operation.
You watch your
Or
mouth
got
about game show hosts.
a bone to pick with me?
No,
Yeah.
game show hosts are like part of your life. Like Bob
Hell yeah.
Barker, Steve Harvey with Family Feud right now.
I cried when
Carey-
Alex Trebek died.
Do you care? Alex, like those people are people.
Steve Harvey is having a judge. Snacks, did you look into that judge show that I told you about?
It's funny, yeah. So
What's it
my
about?
aunt- I don't really know. I had some work to do, and my aunt was watching it, so I didn't really like plug in. But it just looks so ridiculous.
It looks
Steve
amazing.
Harvey's a judge.
It looks.
I gotta
I
watch
got
it. It
I'm
looked
watching
interesting.
that show.
Him and Judge Joe. He's coming for Judge Joe Brown's title.
Those judge shows are like huge money.
Dude, Judge Judy was. That used to be appointment television back in the day.
I know old people who it literally is like, I gotta go watch Judge Judy.
It's hysterical.
Um,
She is such a
and like
bitch.
not even
I
like
love
old
her.
like ladies who are in retirement homes, like guys who are like run concrete businesses. Like, all right, I gotta get Judge Judy's on or whatever judge show. Tell me one interesting thing about Ken Rosenthal besides that he wears a bow tie. Woo!
All right.
It's for a good cause.
Wait, what do you mean? Is it for a good cause?
He does it for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't.
Oh, well,
remember
now I'm
what.
a dick.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah,
Well, we knew
wow,
that.
Bobby, big dick guy.
Big
Yeah,
dick guy?
Wait,
Excuse
hang on, wait, shit, god
Excuse
damn
me?
it,
Are we
Shit.
as a company gonna go after
shit.
are we gonna go after Ken Rosenthal?
Well, that's why I bring this up. That's why I bring this up is because Jomboy Media, their employees were making their run, and obviously they're having some fun with it, but maybe they really are. I feel like there's a lot better free agents available. One, we talked about one before, Joe Gatto. Like, why couldn't we bring Joe Gatto on to come and BS? I'm sure we could
True.
offer him a good enough contract.
He could come on this show.
Seriously, Joe Gatto, come on Simple Man Radio. Like, have some. And he was my favorite one on the show, by the way, was Joe Gatto. Francesco's a free agent.
You know what? I will say one thing, and I quickly just to the Giants' point. I wish he was around for all this. Like I wish he was on the airwaves every day.
Tweeting a little bit, but he's not on radio.
Right. Tweeting does nothing for me with Francesa.
People that hate on Francesa, I can't deal with it. I like Francesa. Do I care about what he actually says? No. But Francesa is the most entertaining person in radio history.
He's a pioneer.
Sports radio.
Yep. It's crazy.
And then also, go ahead.
No, I was just say like Rosenthal as well. Like, yeah, like you say, just a newsbreaker. Like, I don't know what he would realistically bring to any like Jomboy anymore. They have like every facet of
news. If that's what we're going for, then fine. But
then yeah, you got the right guy.
You have to pair Francesa with somebody. So who would be the right person to pair Francesa with?
Chris Mad Dog Russo.
No, besides him,
Trevor Plouffe, because Trevor Plouffe would get so triggered by Francesa.
That is true.
Because I mean, he went at it with Mad Dog, by the way, which was so funny. Plouffe would be the perfect person because he would definitely get really bothered by the stuff Francesa says.
I would just like to hear Francesca pronounce his last name.
That's part of the allure.
Trevor Plouffe. Trevor.
But we could.
Plouffe, you're below average.
Francesa's a solo guy, anyways. Now.
No. But here's the thing: he's embarrassing when he's solo. It's funny, but it's also embarrassing. You have to pair him with somebody. You have to, where they can feed off of each other.
Really,
I think any show by yourself is low key embarrassing, and it's not entertaining.
And also,
you shouldn't say that out loud.
I was listening to something.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why, Snacks?
Because some people do shows by themselves, and it's very entertaining.
That's my opinion. I can't listen
None
to
of them
shows.
are listening, though.
I can't listen to shows if it's just one person. I can't.
Ken
It's a
Rosenthal
recap.
might actually do a show by himself.
But he takes calls, though. It's not like he's just sitting there like he's taking calls.
It doesn't matter. He's not listening to those calls, though. It's just one man, and he is an old man yelling at the sky.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun though. He's too old now, though.
It's
So,
funny, but it's also embarrassing when he does it by himself
Well,
because it's not good.
Okay, well, it's also the fact that he completely checked out the last few years. Like he would come into work not even knowing what he wasn't watching. Any
But
games
that's why
or
he
anything.
needs somebody else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Maybe knows a little bit more.
I agree.
There is no bigger person that our company could sign that would have a bigger nationwide effect than Mike Francesa. If Ken Rosenthal signs with Jomboy Media, it's only big in baseball. If Francesa, it's the entire nation is like, oh my gosh, Mike Francesa signed with Jomboy Media.
You could
they
say
would lose the
nation,
Michael K relationship. That's also the thing. They
Yes,
would automatically lose
yeah.
that Michael K relationship.
That would be gone.
Why?
They hate Michael K hates Mike Francesa.
Mike
They
and
hate
Mike
each other.
hate each other.
Okay, get over it. You're not gonna be friends with
Get
everyone.
over
You're not friends with everyone who's friends, and they hate each other because they battled in the ratings. I don't think it's
No, they said personal stuff about each other. They hate each other.
Yeah, Mike.
Sometimes I view Giant Insider as our Michael K show.
Why?
No, because we're No, they're friends with the Michael K show. You mean our
No,
because
because we kill them in the ratings.
Oh, but I'm
just still mad I got blocked for legit.
And we're better trash talkers, and Francesa is a better trash talker than Michael K and them are. I like Michael K and them, but Francesa is a much better trash talker.
And he when he interviews, he'll go right at you. So I've always appreciated that about him.
Pat Shermer's just stopped doing those interviews after week 2.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going. They're like, we're no longer going on Mike Francesa's show.
It's pretty weak. Can't lie.
Just belittled him. He's like, I don't think you know what you're doing. It's like, well, and that was the week they benched Eli, and he kept on saying like, are you going to play the rookie QB? And it was like the day before that it happened, and Shermer was having to dance around it, and Shermer, I guess they were just bothered.
Well, that's my coach, Patty S.
And then also, basically the only podcast I listen to is Kirk Minahan. And this guy used to go on it, and they were trying to get him back on for an episode. This person is a free agent. J.R. Carabas is a free agent right now. He's not with Barstool right now.
He left Barstool?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think he might go back, they were saying, but he hasn't signed, his contract expired at the end of the year.
And they didn't renew it?
No.
That's
no,
crazy.
I think from what they were saying is it seems like he will. but like there's like he's seriously weighing his options, and he has other. I honestly think that Jomboy Media probably has made a run at him. Probably not the best offer, but has made a run at him. Because I texted Jake about it like a month ago, and he's like, I got a lot of texts about that and didn't really answer the question. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening.
I'm pretty stunned by
would
that.
he would fit their bill, but like they give Rico Bosco a contract extension on like live on air. If you watch that college football show, they're not going to give Jared Carabas anything.
Yeah, Rico sucks.
Crap.
See, I don't pay. I just listen to Kirk Minahan, so that's where I heard it from. But I feel like that would be a good mix.
And
They're friends. I know they have been like on each other's shows and stuff. So I mean, maybe that is happening. In fact, I need to work my source. See, they don't tell me anything though. Like the day before, like hours before the Chris Rose announcement, they wouldn't tell me. I was like, "Can you tell me what it is?" And they're like, and they wouldn't tell me.
Weak.
It is weak. Freaking tell me stuff. I was like the third. I was the third content creator for Jomboy Media. Because BBD was before me. I was the third. Me and Danny King. We should know. It's
fair.
I would almost guarantee that they at least offered him something. I would because why wouldn't they? You know?
I'm gonna find
it does make too much sense. You know.
I was one of their first Patreon members.
How about that?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna find a source in there. I'm gonna have a talk. I'm gonna DM Jomboy right now and be like, "Are you signing Jared? Yes or no?"
Does he follow you?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, good.
Why wouldn't he?
I'm still waiting for Jake. By the way,
you're gonna have to wait a couple more years for that.
Be better,
I had to wait. I had to wait for that.
Maybe if you were, maybe Danny, if you would be better, he would follow you.
Damn it.
You don't like that? You can go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I watched that on the plane back up to Miami. Anchorman. That Snacks walked away, so it doesn't matter. But that was the first time I ever watched an Anchorman. Oh, and I watched The Hangover as well.
See, this is why we can't do movie stuff. You guys don't watch any movies.
But that's why we have to do movie stuff, because then things that you guys have seen, and then Danny and I will watch them for the first time, and then we will have the perspectives coming in together.
Yeah. People love movie talk. I just don't get into it, though. People love it. Maybe it's going to be like a every other week kind of thing.
All right, so we didn't do it last week, and we didn't do it, so let's do it next week. Let's do that.
I'll watch I could watch Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. I got to write it down.
So let's rank where, like, say money's not involved. Who would you want Jomboy Media to hire? Francesa, Carabas, Joe Gatto, or Ken Rosenthal?
Francesa.
1 to 4. I have Francesa at first too.
Okay, I would. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Justin.
I have.
I'll write it down.
I have Joe Gatto 1.
I thought about doing Joe Gatto 1.
Rosenthal 2. Francesa 3. Carabas 3.
This whole list. We were trying to go one by one.
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, Carabas 3. Carabas 3. Francesa 4. Yeah.
I would probably have a Carabas 1 because I would love to have a Red Sox personality in that room.
Yep, that's where I was going with 2 for that reason.
I legit love every single time, like, whenever the Red Sox are, like, losing to the Yankees and, like, someone from Jomboy tweets out, like, oh, it's mainly Dan. And then, like, Jared responds, like, well, actually, you're losing now. It's like his, like, tweets that he goes back. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So I like, I would go Joe Gatto, too. And, I mean, this is very baseball. Like, I don't like baseball bias. And then I go Carabas 3 and then Rosenthal 4.
If you want to become more of a brand and not just, like, baseball, then you bring on Joe.
Yeah.
Which they are.
They are in the eye. You guys don't understand how big he's network TV. Like, you go look at Joe Gatto's followers, and he doesn't tweet a lot, but he has like over 1 million. So yeah, actually, I'm actually agreeing with Justin. I'm putting no, because I just Mike Francesco working for us would be my personal favorite. So I'll stay at 1, but my business brain is saying Joe Gatto 1. But my just personal, like, I would love to be a co-worker with this guy would be Francesa.
Yeah, I would have Gatto 2, Francesa 3, Rosenthal 4.
Yeah, I have Rosenthal's. I have zero interest in Rosenthal. Sorry.
Me too. Seriously, like, don't get me wrong. If they did hire him, good for them. It would be an ad, but I'm never gonna like care about what he says. No,
it's mostly because I don't like the other 2 people.
Who do you not like?
I don't really like Carabas, and I don't like Mike Francesa.
Yeah,
I like Francesa.
No, I don't.
Why?
Didn't I already express why I think towards his later years he's been pathetic?
Well, don't judge a person by their last 3 years of their old man life. That sucks. You can't do that.
If
Your grandpa, like last 3 years of his life, you're like, man, he was kind of annoying during those years. And
No, he was a stone. My grandfather was a stone.
That's not. I judge Francesa on what he did with Mike and the Mad Dog. I'm not gonna. Wow, you can't be judging people like that. I'm not going to judge Betty White over the last 3 years. Like, where was this broad? I ain't seen her in 3 years.
That's who he is right now as a content person, and we're not going back in the time machine and bringing back Francesa from 2000. We're not doing that.
Yes, we are, because we're going to revamp him. He's going to realize I can't just go answer calls all day. I got to work. You got to come into the office. God, and he would be so arrogant. I freaking love it.
People would hate it.
So Joe Gatto would make the most sense business-wise, though.
Yeah, and Justin, I think that's a good point. If you want to make it more of a brand, not just baseball, Joe Gatto is the right move. But I'm still going Francesa because
like Jim and Jake are doing like Jomboy and Jake TV, and that's what we're trying to do with like Simple Radio, just something different. And it's so like just talking about the Giants, talking about football. Like it's great and I love it. I love the game, but it's just sometimes you need a break, and like the off season and what the kind of like the more downtime is about having a creative outlet. And I think the more people that will listen to Talking Football, Talking Giants, 1 out of every 20 people will be down to listen to other things that you do because they genuinely enjoy you as people. Whereas the 19 other people just want to hear the information, which is fine. But 1 out of every 20 people, let's say, genuinely like you as a person, and then that's why they're here.
So I just got juiced up, and Francesca's easily my number 1 now. I would be Mike Francesca's pitbull. I'd be his favorite employee in the company because I would go back after this, like just anytime he made fun of Francesa, I would be going at his ass.
You would instigate him.
I'd be part of the Francesa Defense Brigade. Anybody who made fun of him that had a blue check mark or had a big account, I would be like a pit bull, just looking to rip their throat out.
So me.
Yeah, you saw it come out. I like you, but you saw it come out when you said you didn't want Francesa. Oh my God, I would go at people's throats. So, all right, that's good. Before we do Florida versus New Jersey, man, to finish the show off, Snacks, I was re-listening to the show since it was our first one back, and I have a question.
Oh, boy.
So your grandfather passed away, and then the cat passed away how long later?
Yeah, it was about a week.
And you guys didn't really like that cat?
We hated the cat.
Someone in your family killed that cat.
Okay. So it's very, very, very funny you bring this up. No one hated that cat more than my father. And you know who the person that found the cat dead was?
100% killed that cat. I'm going to come out on that. Yeah, 100% killed that cat.
The running family joke is that my dad killed Harry the cat.
I don't think it's a joke. Like, I seriously think your dad killed that cat.
He denies it, but we all truly believe he killed it.
He did. I'm not saying he did it in an inhumane way, but he killed that cat. He's like, I'm not taking
probably
care
put
of
rat poison in his food or something. Yeah.
That's pretty inhumane to do.
Well, I guess. What are you going to do? Shoot it?
I think they have you can get stuff from the vet to put it down.
Trust me, my dad is a beautiful man, but he's not that smart.
Yeah, so rat poison is probably what he did.
That's so funny you said that.
He killed that cat. I'm 100% agree that he killed that cat.
Oh man.
Also, big news that mainly for me. I just learned PGA Tour Live's now on ESPN Plus, so I'm living the dream right now. That's
PGA Tour Live, like the video. What?
Joe Judge hates golf.
Yeah, he does. No, it's it's the golf streaming service where you just legit
golf all day.
Golf all day.
Let's go, Danny.
Dwight shoot at the cat.
Dwight shoot at the cat.
One thing, other thing before we get to New Jersey versus Florida, man. I forgot about this segment because I didn't write it down at first. Make sure I hit everything. All right.
I'll be outside. I'ma chop this shit in Hatties. Drop it like some mother. When I see you, better put that phone to the side. Many times I survived. Beef is live. Spoiler alert, this time keep flickies. And you know the weed sticky. My finger itchy. Glide like the lead pickies. Your shoe is iffy. Street walker never ditchy. I go straight up out.
Hey, hey, hey!
I hate
He's
that
got
kid.
bars.
I thought it was.
Why
I
am
thought it
I?
was good.
Why am I so surprised that you hate that kid
And his parents.
and his
That
parents?
kid had
He didn't do it
bars.
on his own. He was just singing with the song. They were playing the song and he was singing with it.
Well,
Like, I
guess
can
what?
do
The
that.
Giants drum line, the G line, plays their drums with fucking music in the background. Everybody loves them. And they've been
Really?
around for 10
Really?
years.
I don't remember that at
Yeah,
the
And the
Yes.
G line sucks.
Who
I hate
I
the G line.
hate the G line. Hate him.
How they
Everybody loves
survived
the
the
G line.
pandemic,
It-
I don't know.
If they ever
I
come
don't-
walking, towards our tailgate or in the past that they have, we direct them. No, nope.
The
get out.
closest that they've ever got to me
Really?
was when we were recording at FanFest, and goddamn, if that camera was not rolling, I would have said, "Get the fuck away from me."
Those guys are the absolute worst.
Which
that
hold
you
on,
ever had to do,
FanFest, real
guys.
quick.
You
I just
should've
want to bring
done.
that up. I just
I
want to
think
bring that up.
LPG trying to actually told him to come by.
Well,
Just, please,
I
sorry,
hate Joe.
LPG, but no. One thing about the fan fest that I've been wanting to bring up. So you know the infamous picture that El Jefe tweeted out with Justin consoling me after
The
an
GIF.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Ah,
and the tweet says, what I said, it's going to be a long
It's
season.
gonna be a long season.
everyone, me and your brother Snacks were legit sitting there thinking, like, man, if we got to see someone like Brian Lewerke this year, we're screwed as
Yeah, and sure enough,
the season's. And guess what? There's a realistic chance we see Brian Lewerke.
I would have rather seen him than Mike Lennon. Anyway, no Giants talk. You
I'm
guys can do-
hoping that Jake Fromm gets a minor injury so we
Who?
can see Brian Workey.
I
It's a
think Jake
very
Fromm-
minor injury. Like I could have played tomorrow, but I left this game.
I honestly feel like it might not take an injury. They might yank him after the first quarter. He's that bad.
Joe Judge was like cussing Jake Fromm out like during that Eagles game,
Yeah, he's-
like coming off the
he's
field, like
really,
cussing him
really
out.
bad.
Uh,
Really
I've never
bad.
seen Judge do that to a QB. Like doesn't do yet. Like, I had like no respect for him.
Time for the greatest show.
So-
Segment.
But that kid didn't like sing.
No.
Basically, like lip
He
sync with it.
rapped.
That's impressive. That I did not expect that kid to have
That
the
was-
flow.
that
How
was
old
fun.
do you think that kid is?
Oh,
11?
probably 13.
12.
I don't think. I think he's younger than that.
11, 12.
Jake Fromm has small hands.
I just
What don't you like about it? It's a kid that's rapping at a tailgate. It's
13
fun.
years old, like singing about smoking dope and shit.
Who fuck you would make your child do that?
No, I would not.
You
was-
tweet.
I would stop tweeting that stuff if I had a child.
You reply to tweets of kids and say he should have a cigarette.
No, I'd never have done that. No, I have never done that.
That's smoking
Find
wood.
me one tweet saying that.
Oh,
You're
that's
making
smoking
stuff
wood.
up.
Yeah, that's smoking Woody.
True. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't control what other people do. Just because I think that page is funny, I don't control what other people do.
It's fair. That's a good point. You're right.
Oh, that's fucking Woody.
You're right.
All right, it's time for Florida versus New Jersey, man. Which
All right,
I love. I love this segment.
Oh my
I love our new graphic too.
I want to make it I want to make it a video where maybe like the two parts like collapse and they meet in the middle. So yes, Florida man versus New Jersey man, brought to you by Simple Man Radio, brought to you by the great state
By
of
Princess.
New Jersey and Florida. All right, so first one. So when I say who, by the way, because Bobby got confused by this, what I mean by who is New Jersey man or Florida man. I'm not asking you to tell me what name. Okay.
By the way, I love this segment so much that I unfollowed the Florida Man pages so I wouldn't know the answers.
And
Like
I
that's how
followed
much I love this segment, and I love
Respectful.
following the Florida Man page.
Respect.
Okay. All right. So who put flyers on New Yorkers' cars telling them to leave the state if they are woke? Now, this is important context because myself included, I have been very mad at New Yorkers that they are coming into this great state and everything is getting more expensive in New Jersey as a result of it. They're like the housing market, everybody's moving out of New York because of COVID and they're coming to New Jersey. Get the fuck out. So
I gotta learn how to
who
pump your own
put
gas.
flyers? Who put flyers on New Yorkers' cars telling them to leave the state if they are woke?
So, one, we are the same way in Florida. A lot of people from New York are coming down here. We don't want you. Stay in your state. But that's to me, that's easy New York because they're tired of the wokeness in
You
their
mean New
state.
Jersey?
They you want them to leave.
You mean New Jersey?
Wait, where did the Flyers go?
They were on cars like so like New York. They had New York license plate. I'm assuming, right, Justin?
Yeah. So what man? What man? New Jersey
that's
man or Florida man?
Yeah, it has to be Florida.
Okay, Snacks. What's your guess?
It just seems too obvious. I'm going to go New Jersey.
It is Florida. Florida man put flyers on New Yorkers' cars telling them to leave the state if they are woke. And
Wait, who was it?
A Florida man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
that just
it's that you would think that that's a slam dunk. Like, let's say if we were talking about this in 2019, but now that we're in 2022, it's like New Jersey people have a hatred for people in New York because they're bumping up the price of everything.
And that's why
I keep forgetting that this isn't Florida versus New York and New Jersey, man. That's why I got a little
just
confused.
New Jersey versus Florida.
When you gave me the context too, Justin, that's why I kind of was like, okay, wait, maybe that makes sense that New Jersey people are doing it. But then again, if the New Yorkers are moving to New Jersey, I don't know. All right, go ahead.
I literally was talking to my mom about that yesterday. About like we really hope these New Yorkers don't freaking move down here.
I'll see you in Miami.
They're coming.
What man, New Jersey man or Florida man, from the 2020 election voted for your mom?
Oh, that's Jersey.
That's a 50-50 one.
I'm going Jersey.
I think it's Jersey because I tried to look up to see my vote for myself and Justin, and I couldn't find it. So I'm going to say that was New Jersey because I don't think Florida allows you to see the write-in ballot names unless there's a certain amount.
All of you are correct.
Damn.
It is from New
Great humor, Jersey. Great humor, Jersey.
Because I tried to find it because it'd be so funny to see it even. Man, people got really mad. Do you think it's like people have any right to be mad at me for voting for myself and Justin for president and vice president? Like, not just saying as me as a friend, like just like you saw someone else do that. What would you think of that person?
I personally wouldn't care, but I know the hard.
Care.
I understand the hardos.
Like the way we watch like sports, like with like Giants and other teams, is like how some people care about like
voting
cycles.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like the most important. It's the most important thing. It's
so
like,
you have this nation right, and it's like a mockery, so to say.
Yeah.
I have the viewpoint of you have to earn my vote, even though that was my first time voting. But that's my cop out. You have to earn my vote. You can't just be on the side that I agree with more. Like you have to earn my vote, and neither side earned my vote.
It's fair.
I voted. I took all the local stuff serious, and like the state stuff. But it's like,
all right, good.
So next go around, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
You're not gonna vote for DeSantis?
At the end of the day, one vote doesn't matter. I know people get really pissed off when you say that, but it doesn't. All right.
Next. Who, where, what assemblyman accidentally dropped an F-bomb during a legislative hearing?
Jersey.
That's an Italian guy.
All of you are right.
See, we're getting too good at this now.
All of you are right. Okay. A guy named Thomas Bacon attacked someone for taking the last piece of sausage in his house at 3:30 a.m. A guy named Thomas Bacon attacked someone for taking the last piece of sausage in his house at 3:30 a.m.
Sausage? They definitely have miserable sausage in Florida. I can't imagine somebody attacking them over sausage in Florida. I'm going Jersey.
It's gotta be Jersey.
I can imagine people attacking anybody for anything in Florida. I'm going Florida.
That's true.
It is New Jersey.
Bang!
It's the sausage. The sausage was the dead giveaway, baby.
Yep.
Dead giveaway.
Well, it started off where Bacon, the last name, I was like, okay, that's Florida. And then you said attack for a sausage, and I said, nope, pivot. That's Jersey.
Is this the last question?
This is the last one. We're going to do 5 each week. And this is number 5. So this is a woman. First woman.
There we go.
This woman is accused of defecating on school property. She tells the deputy she's nervous and begins to do jumping jacks.
Is she Antonio Brown?
I mean,
he did the jumping jacks
I
going
missed
out.
the last question, so you guys got to answer first because I have good reasoning behind my answer.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna say this is.
So she took a shit on school property.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then she got nervous. She got nervous when the authorities approached, so then she started doing jumping jacks.
All right, I know.
I mean, that happens to the best of us.
I know that the nickname for our state is Dirty Jersey, and there's a lot of scummy filth balls here. But unless you're like from Philly, Jersey, I can't see it. I'm going Florida, woman.
Danny.
Yeah, Florida woman.
It's Florida because of the weather. And then, so give us the answer, Justin, and I'm going to justify this woman.
Oh my God! In heaven.
It is Florida.
So Danny went 5 for 5. Myself and Snacks went 4 for 5.
Wow.
Damn,
Okay.
Danny.
All right. It's got to get a little harder next week. It was good last week.
That woman is 100% justified because the jumping jacks are. We talked about dead giveaway. The jumping jacks are a dead giveaway. That was a woman who was going out for her jog for the day during the morning, and that stomach started turning. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it back home. I need to take a crap. She gets caught and acts like she's still exercising and like, I just stopped here to do some jumping jacks. I'm exercising.
I don't think she was jogging, Bobby. She looks a little whacked out.
Show that closer.
She looks a little whacked out of her mind.
Turn it.
Yeah, she's whacked. No way. Justifiable.
Yeah,
no
way.
Sorry, Bobby. No.
How many have you guys ever pooped outside?
Yes.
No.
Danny.
Really? Oh, I have.
No.
I've probably done it like 5 times.
Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say, wait, I'm not the only one, right?
What's the story around you?
I'm nervous for a second.
What's the story around you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Building forts in the woods?
The woods? What are you talking about?
When we were kids, we used to like build forts in the woods. Like,
Oh, as a kid.
yeah.
But you said they weren't close to your house?
No, relatively, but I wasn't getting out of the. We used to go deep into the woods. We have a lot of Justin. You've seen my area. We have like a lot of woods, and we used to go deep in.
A lot of cemeteries.
We used to bring all this
Try and
wood.
make it back home, or you're just like, I probably won't make it.
I just said fuck it.
Oh, that's disgusting. Mine were all do or die situations.
I mean, I was like 14 years old. I didn't really care.
Do or die situation.
You want to know the most disgusting thing?
Please.
Yeah.
So I've actually done it
I'd
twice.
clean up when I get home.
What did you say about it?
I've done it twice in the last year.
No, come on.
One was just like I would get up early in the morning and go for like a jog/walk. You know, it was 2.5 miles. I can't jog the whole way, but jog/walk. And I went behind like an old like VFW and behind the dumpster, and I wiped with my shirt, and then went the rest of the way home without a shirt. The most recent time, actually, to me, a hilarious story. It was while I was cleaning pools, and there was no gas stations around, nothing, but there was a vacant gas station that had woods behind it. I'm like, there I'm going. I grabbed some napkins from my truck, went behind it, squat down, and then 10 feet away from me is someone who did the exact same thing. There's a pile of poop with napkins on top of it. So could you imagine the person that went back there and there's 2 separate Oh my gosh.
That is repulsive.
That was brutal, man. That was brutal.
You Florida people are like truly disgusting human beings.
Where would you at? What am I gonna do? Go in my pants? This is like a be outside type of thing.
Morning shits are urgent. Where if it doesn't happen in the morning, and if it doesn't happen then the rest, like I'm thinking about what the hell is the rest of my day going to look like, especially if I have to leave the house.
My 12 years of public school trained me to never use the bathroom between the hours of 7 a.m. and 3 p.m.
You're able to.
How's that possible?
Yep.
If I wake up too early and it's not ready, I'm like for example, like the morning that we go to Mobile, Alabama, I'm gonna have to wake up a little early to get the flight. So that I may actually wake up earlier so my body can like register that I'm awake, because if it doesn't happen before I get to the airport, then it's gonna happen at the airport, and it's just gonna be a downhill day.
I feel like we got a lot of clippable clips from this show. So
why don't we leave the shitting out?
Yeah, let's end it. We'll be back next week. We'll see what happens between then and then. Now and then. Whose dog is that?
Mikey's.
That's
Mikey's.
Mikey.
Justin's.
Mikey.
I know you got Benny.
Benny, yeah, but Benny doesn't bark, so
Stop it.
Never barks or just doesn't bark a lot.
hardly ever.
My dad has a pit bull who they've heard bark one time in like 10 years.
That's insane.
They for a long time they thought like his voice because they got him from the pound. Sweetest dog ever too, like with other animals and humans. And they just thought like maybe he got his voice box removed or something. And then like 5 years in, they heard him bark and like, oh, he can bark.
That's actually scary because the one day that he is going to bark means he's pissed.
Yeah. So that's an
That's it.
episode.
Justin,
Go
that
ahead.
means he's trying to talk. He's going to get there eventually.
I'm waiting for Mikey and Benny.
Yeah, I
They're-
know.
Like,
How many
he's looking
times
at
have
me
I
right
told
now.
you that? How many times have I told
He's
you,
looking
like,
at me
Benny,
right
one
now.
day you're
I-
going to talk. You're going to talk, Benny. You're going to
He's
talk.
looking at me right now. I know he wants to fucking say something, and I'm pointing right at him, and he's giving me this death stare. All right, let's end the show.
How old were you when you realized that animals don't actually talk to each other? They don't have their own words.
When I was born.
Today.
I'm pretty sure I realized it pretty young, but I remember arguing with other people. It's like, no, they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
They're like, yes, they do. I was like, they can signal things, give off vibes, but they don't have words. So
Hold on, real quick. Does anybody know? Do dogs actually see in black and white?
yeah,
That's confirmed? Okay.
yeah, they're colorblind.
Mikey definitely sees color.
He's a racist, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, I
think my dog actually is racist,
off the air.
to be honest.
Off the air. It's kind of
My friend had a racist dog, but it was racist against white people. They were Filipino, and I came over as a very tall blonde person, and it immediately like pissed itself and ran away. Like
well,
it's never done.
That's actually really fun. That's actually really funny too, because when Bobby walked into my house, Danny, Benny looked at him like confused. He's like, "What? Like, what is this?"
He was cool
like,
though.
No, he was. He was. He was probably thinking to himself, "I thought I was the only animal in this house, allowed in this house." Sorry.
That's mean. Respectfully.
Oh, I take
Respectfully.
I take that one easily. All right, so that's an episode.
Good stuff, boys.
We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, some people will die we can talk about. And until then, stay simple.